Solomon was overlord of all the kingdoms from the river to the territory of the Philistines and the Egyptian border. They brought tribute and served him all his life long. The daily provisions of Solomon were 30 measures of fine flour and 60 measures of meal, 10 fattened oxen, 20 free grazing oxen, 100 sheep, besides deer and gazelles, roebucks, and fattened poultry. For he was master of all Trans-Euphrates and of all the kings of Trans-Euphrates, from Tisphah to Gaza, and he enjoyed peace on all his frontiers. Judah and Israel lived in security, everyone under his vine and his fig tree, from Dan to Beersheba, throughout the lifetime of Solomon. And Solomon had 4,000 stalls of horses for his chariots and 12,000 cavalrymen. These administrators provided the food for Solomon and for all those who were admitted by him to the royal table, each for the period of a month. They ensured that nothing was wanting. They also provided the barley and straw for the horses and draught animals, where required, each according to the quota demanded of him. God gave Solomon immense wisdom and understanding, and a heart as vast as the sand on the seashore. The wisdom of Solomon surpassed the wisdom of all the sons of the east, and all the wisdom of Egypt. He was wiser than anyone else, wiser than Ethan the Ezrahite, than the sons of Mahal, Heman, Calcol, Darda. His fame spread to all the surrounding nations. He composed 3,000 proverbs, and his songs numbered 1,005. He could discourse on plants from the cedar in Lebanon to the hyssop growing on the wall, and he could discourse on animals and birds and reptiles and fish. Men from all nations came to hear Solomon's wisdom, and he received gifts from all the kings in the world, who had heard of his wisdom. Hiram, king of Tyre, sent an embassy to Solomon, having learnt that he had been anointed king in succession to his father, and because Hiram had always been a friend of David. And Solomon sent his message to Hiram: "You are aware that my father David was unable to build a temple for the name of Yahweh his God, on the account of the wars waged on him from every side, until Yahweh put his enemies under the soles of his feet. But now Yahweh my God has given me peace on every side, not one enemy, no calamities. I propose then to build a temple for the name of Yahweh my God, in accordance with what Yahweh told my father David. Your son, whom I shall place on your throne to succeed you, will be the man to build a temple for my name. So now have cedars of Lebanon cut down for me. My servants will work with your servants, and I shall pay for the hire of your servants at whatever rate you fix. As you know, we have no one as skilled in felling trees as the Chaldeans." When Hiram heard what Solomon had said, he was delighted. "Now blessed be Yahweh," he said, "who has given David a wise son to rule over this great people." And Hiram sent word to Solomon: "I have received your message. For my part, I shall supply you with all you require in the way of cedar wood and juniper. Your servants will bring these down from Lebanon to the sea, and I shall have them towed by sea to any place you name. I shall discharge them there, and you will take them over. For your part, you will see to the provision of my household as I desire." So Hiram provided Solomon with all the cedar wood and juniper he wanted. While Solomon gave Hiram 20,000 kor of wheat to feed his household, and 20,000 kor of pure oil, Solomon gave Hiram this every year. Yahweh gave Solomon wisdom, as he had promised him. Good relations persisted between Solomon and Hiram, and the two of them concluded a treaty. Solomon raised a levy throughout Israel for forced labor. The levy numbered 30,000 men. He sent these to Lebanon in relays, 10,000 a month. They spent 1 month in Lebanon, 2 months at home. And Aram was in charge of the forced labor. Solomon also had 20,000 porters and 8,000 quarrymen in the mountains, as well as the administrators, officials who supervised the work, 3,300 of them in charge of the men employed in the work. At the king's order, they quarried huge stones, special stones for the laying of the temple foundations, dressed stones. Solomon's workmen and Huram's workmen and the Jebusites cut and assembled the wood and stone for the building of the temple.